Solomon Masango is a successful commercial farmer and a remarkable person. While in his mother's womb, his father passed away. He grew up with 5 siblings on a farm near Carolina in Mpumalanga. Ambitious from the onset, he left for the city. He wanted to study, but a lack of funds hindered this. After working in the mines and running various businesses, Solomon decided that farming was his destiny. He explains his journey back to the farm.
I was having a question which was not being answered. I grown up on the farm. The owner of the farm was making money, but most of us, especially we the black guys, we used to leave the farm and then go to the cities. Then we said we want money, but we don't come back with money. And if you come back, the little child of a farmer, when you come back, you found him being a rich person from the farm. So that was my question. How do they get it right? So that's the reason who brought me in the farm, because I said, no, I have to do this research thoroughly. I have to come back on the farm and see whether I can make my life easier on the farm. And it's how I started my farming, because I started my farming, it was 2009, if I'm not mistaken, because I left my job 2004, and then I've done some few other businesses. I started a taxi, I was a taxi man, and then it was not good for me. From there I left that, I buy the buses and then transporting scholar kids. But even there it was not suitable for me until I end up coming back on the farm.
Solomon faced many challenges when he set out to farm on communal land.
I started on a communal land, and then by that time, on that communal, I was a member of the community. We've got a claim farm, and then I asked the other colleagues to hire the lands, and then starting my business there. And then they all agreed, but we worked for a few years, because on that time it was difficult for me. We were having only one tractor, and then I started working there, hiring one guy, working together. And then whilst I was growing up, then those people start getting jealous. And then by 2015, when I win the prize from Grain SA, they decide to chase me completely. And then we end up in court, but the court, I won them in the court, but it was not nice to carry on working on a communal land. That's why I've decided to leave there. At the place where we are now, I have hired this farm from other communal, in which I was, I'm not even a part and parcel of this community, but I've just hired the land. And then lucky enough, I'm having a 5-year contract to carry on here and further my businesses.
Planting crops and running cattle is part and parcel of his mixed farming operations, which he runs on his own hectares as well as assisting others elsewhere.
For my personal crop, on the soya beans like this farm, which is doing very well for me, I get a yield of plus minus 2.8 tons per hectare, and which is good, and then I managed to make a little bit profit. On the maize, there was some of the place where I've managed to get up to 9 tons per hectare, and which is dry land. That was very good for me.
Many of us may have a romanticized idea about farming, yet it takes courage to tackle a business within the high-risk agricultural environment. Solomon explains what is necessary to be a successful commercial farmer.
If you want to be a commercial farmer, you must have a vision. You must think up front. You must tell yourself what you do like to be in the future, and then you work hard. To be a commercial, you are farming for a business. You want to make money. And even now, I am a commercial, but I haven't reached the stage where I want to see myself. Day working hours, it becomes very short for you, because you don't manage to finish up every job per day. So it's difficult. Sometimes when the sun sets, you feel a little bit worried that, sure, I haven't done that and that. And then the other thing, if you want to be a commercial, you must know that there is no single day where you get yourself off. Even whenever I want to go to a holiday, like when I go, I take one day. The second day, I start feeling worried. What about my job behind? So to be a commercial is not something. You must work hard, And then you mustn't be afraid to be dirty, because sometimes you get dirty. I'm having livestock, it's mixed farming, and then I'm having crops, and then I have to make sure that I do everything. I'm jumping that side and that side, and then the planning is very important. You must plan your job. And then to be a commercial farm, it doesn't mean that you must have plenty workers, like 100 workers working for you. No, that is a problem. You won't be a commercial. You need to make sure that at least you've got a few workers, and then you manage them, you give them the right salary, you keep them happy. But you can't believe, I'm working with 4 guys. But my guys, I always hold a meeting with them, and I tell them that, listen guys, I'm not a commercial, we are commercial, because the job we do is for us. In the end of the day, all of us, we are eating nice, we've got good bonus. But it's what we do, we have to work hard for that.
Solomon is immensely proud of his achievements as a farmer.
Very proud, I'm proud. I think if maybe we were having fed, I could have fly.
No man is an island, especially when you start farming from scratch. Having the right partners will make a world of difference.
It's very good to have partners, but a very good one you must select. Don't just take person when you hear that is a partner. Like I'm having partners from Afgri. Afgri is the guy who are helping me with finance. They are very good. They supply me with money, and then they give me knowledge, because I'm having one guy who's applying a mentorship to me. He's having an agronomist, and then they used to get me people who can come and assist when we take soil sampling. And then the other partners is Grain SA. They also help me a lot, because now I'm well known worldwide just because of Grain SA. These guys, they make a plan, they have come and visit me. I will never forget to thank one guy from Grain SA. He's Nasros. He's the guy who come and dig me down the price competition for Grain SA. He also take me there. And then I end up, I'm almost now owing a Grain SA for what they have done for me. And then I'm quite happy. From Afgri and Grain SA, those two partners are very good. They are helping me. I'm having 2 guys who are from Harvest Town. The other one is Nick Passon, he's my agronomist. And then the other one is Vincent Gumba, he's the mentor. Those 2 guys, I work with them like hands and glove. Did you know that those guys, they used to come on me 2 months before and ask, do you have enough money for harvest? How can we assist you? And then even when I'm doing the planning, sometimes if the crop price is high, they wake me up, they call me and say, hey, have you make a plan? Have you see how the price look like? So those guys, they are pushing me anyway. But lucky enough, they push the cow which is failing to work. You see, it's difficult to push something which is driving with brake. But if you push something which want to work, then it's very easy. So I work hand in glove with them. It's a very fantastic.
Solomon not only has aspirations for himself, but also for the next generation.
My dream at the present moment, I want to end up seeing myself having big land. Maybe not working hard as what I'm doing now. And then being able to hire the manager for the farm, not doing the job for like what I'm doing now. Now I have to jump all over. But if I can manage to grow now, being a real big man, who is having the manager who's going to manage my livestock, the manager who's going to manage my crops, and then having more than 2,000 cattle, then I will be quite happy. I'm not doing that for me anymore. As you know that the graph, my graph was going up. Now I think it's on the level, and from this side it's going to start going down. So now what I'm doing, I'm trying to help that little chap my God, because he's the one who is very interested in what I'm doing. So I want to open up a very good platform for him, so that he can see out of me what I'm doing. Not only himself, but the other farmers, small farmers, who want to see themselves making money out of farming.
The South African population cannot live on money alone. The government should support farmers, says Solomon.
If we can get a right senior guys, I mean the top guys, who know exactly what is important. Because at the present moment, I know everybody is thinking, said if you've got money, you've got everything. But you can't eat money as is. We need food. So I think for the country, if the government can change, try to assist the farmers. Because the people, even now we are here, some of us, they get born in the hospital. And then when they born, what is the next thing? They need food.
Perceptions on race relations within the farming community vary greatly, as well as issues on land distribution. Here are Solomon's impressions.
I believe that the white people, as I've said from the start, that I was asking myself that why are they succeeding on the farm? Like now I'm doing farming. I've got a lot of white farmers who work with me. They are supporting me. They are very strict with their things. And if you are working well, you don't bypass, you don't take the short way. And then those guys, they will assist you. I know they are taking me far. And then I'm trying to get the whole of black farmers to cooperate with the white farmers. The white commercial farmers, if they see that you are working, they always assist. But politics and the business we do, it doesn't go together most of the time. Because normally, some of our farmers, good farmers, they fail to do their farming process properly just due to the politics. Because in politics, people, they are fighting against each other. But in farming, we need to work together. Because like now, we can simply say white farmers is having more land than black farmers. But what about the black farmers who is having little land which is not being used? That is a big problem. At least the white farmers, I can argue if they said white farmers, they've got big land, but it's unused. But they are using their land. And then in the end of the day, they are not using for themselves. They are feeding us black people. So why we can complain about that? Even now, sometimes I beg to differ with those guys who said all the farmers should come back to the black farmers. Because now I've already calculated the number of farmers which are not inactive like now. Like the farmer where I was working in the corner, it's lying now, nothing happened.
Solomon is passionate about farming and reinvesting in his operation. He motivates why anyone should become a farmer.
To be a farmer is a very good career. Sometimes I feel to go to schools and preach the young students that they must take farming as a career. Did you know that when after harvest, when I've got all my products in, then that money is so big. That time I said I'm very broke. I don't have money because I have to invest first. After investing, like now is around, it's March. By next month, I will be harvesting. So whatever it's left and the money I've used, then that is my profit. But in the guy who is working, after getting his salary, some of them, they get their salary on the 25th of each and every month. By the end of the month, they don't have money. And then it's very scarce to find one guy by the 31st of December having a salary of 1 month. It's very scarce. Because normally, if you are working, it's from month to month. And that is a problem. So I prefer that the young black farmer, especially now our government, is striving to get the farmer back to the black farmers. But those people, they have to wake up and use their minds now. It's where the business belongs. We are on a farm and then we are making money. I don't see any difference between me and the manager of the man. I'm even better than him.
Nation in Conversation, your partner in dialogue.